Hello, welcome to Going 19, episode 71. Today we continue our discussion on the last four chapters of part 2 of Wolves of the Calla, from Gran-Pere's tale through the priest's tale concluded. I am Ed, with me are Ali and Amber. Let's start the show.
I like how Eddie's very. I forgot how much I like Eddie. Well, I didn't forget, but I forgot some of the reasons why I like this. Some of his inner thoughts. Is my point. He gazed up at. He's looking at Suzanne. He gazed up at her, realizing that he's always going to love her more than she loves him. Like, well, I never thought of it that way. And then,
it's not healthy.
Yeah, and I'm like, and they're like, nope, don't even go down that road. Don't even think those things. Who cares? Because I'm like, like I'm trying to apply it to my situation. Go, is that me? Or is that her? But then he's like, but that, I mean,
it's also the only thing he ever knows, though, because like between Henry and Roland, like he just is there to love others.
At least in Eddie's case, I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Well, I mean, it's also not like he's got much to lose at this point. Like, no offense to Susanna, but
I mean, he's not going to do any better. She's not great. I gotta tell you.
That's not what I mean. I mean, because he's in this world, like everything he ever knew and owned is back in other Earth, whatever. So it's like, it's really easy to, give your entire life to someone when you don't have one.
Well, same could be said for her, right?
Yeah, but she's got lots going on in her head. There's not a lot of room.
She barely got room to squeeze him in. Shit.
When I think,
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like there's something weird between her and Roland too.
What do you mean?
Like she definitely has love for Roland.
Oh yeah. Well, like
so it's not like just Eddie. Susanna is the only person for Eddie.
Oh, I
but
see.
She has options.
I never considered that.
Wait. Oh. Huh. I don't really think Roland's an option for Susanna.
No.
I think.
Based on your reactions, I'm assuming that never happens, but.
I mean, I don't know what I can neither confirm nor deny that situation.
There are other worlds than these.
Right? Some of them Jake doesn't die in.
Oh.
So I've heard.
Not many, though.
Yeah, right.
Poor Jake.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm assuming there's one out there somewhere.
Man, we're not there yet, but it just reminded me of the whole conversation that Callahan has with Walter. And I'm like, wait, so this is just like one elaborate plan that after plan, it's kind of actually
that was a pretty cool retrofit, I gotta say.
Yeah,
I don't think they were there in 1981 when he wrote the first one.
For sure not.
Yeah,
but as soon as when he described the place he woke up in, I was like, that sounds an awful lot like the place Jake woke up in.
Yeah, I went that to, especially when he started describing the machine that made the like thumping noise, and I was like, that's the way station.
I mean, what's the deal with that way station? He's fucking sucking people in a different world.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's
you go there.
Flag doing that.
You mean Walter? I mean Martin? I mean Marilyn.
Did you mark the part where that comes up too? Roland has that thought.
I did. I was like, God damn it, Stephen King doesn't even fucking know.
Yeah, I was like, good question, Roland. We're not sure.
Susanna, whatever the hell her name is, and Roland is like like them two by themselves is awkward. You know, you have that one friend you always hang out with when there's other friends around, but when it's just like the two of you don't have much to say to each other.
Yeah.
Like that's Susanna and Roland. They're there because they both care about everyone else, but like and maybe it's because you don't get a lot of that. I don't know that we have any scenes where it's just Susanna and Roland.
I would agree with that. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, damn it! What book was that? When they fought Shardik.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I was gonna say. I think that they have great connection. I just think we don't get to see a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, because Susanna's the problem half of the time.
Right.
Well, it doesn't help that Roland will continue to keep secrets forever.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, these people are just gonna die, so what the fuck? You know, Shardik was so long ago. Oh my God.
Right.
Like, yes, they did seem close then, like right after he saved her, but maybe she's, I don't know, drawn back since then. Is
But
it
what
still
makes
that
you
way?
say that? Like, I feel like we just don't have a lot of time with
Maybe
them.
I'm thinking maybe that's what it is. We just don't get
Yeah.
that perspective very often.
Yeah. Like now that we have the full group of what is essentially 5 of them, you just don't see as many of the one-on-one interactions anymore, especially when at this point they're keeping so many things from Susanna that it would be hard to see a scene in between her and Roland when he can't say anything because he probably doesn't know what to say because he doesn't trust himself to say anything.
I want to see what would happen if you woke up Mia
Oh
or
God.
or Susanna as Mia.
We also now that I think about it, the focus has been for the most part off of Susanna, and this is probably why she's not as likable, because it was on her while the whole Detta thing was going on, and then she was just kind of a side character with Eddie through all of Wastelands and all of Wizard and Glass. And so when she's
Yeah,
coming back
about
in now, it's
yeah.
like great, and now she's got another personality again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a lateral move. Lose one, gain one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and it's like the times we do get her perspective now are primarily Mia.
I just
So,
think
of course,
Stephen
you
King,
don't like her.
I don't think he liked Susanna at all.
I think I said that before. I don't like her a lot, and I think it's because we don't get a lot of like Eddie. I always know what he's thinking. I feel like Susanna, I kind of don't ever know, and I don't know that they can necessarily do anything about that except jump into her head because I don't know that she knows what she's thinking half the time. So that would be um hard to articulate unless you're just going to make her full on crazy inside her head. If you're going to deal with her thoughts, maybe he just chose to avoid all the possibilities that could be going on in her head because I imagine there's a lot.
I feel like I would imagine he's very uncomfortable trying to write from the perspective of a woman and just choose not to do it.
I mean, at this point, how long has he been doing it? He probably is just like, fuck it if you don't like it. But this is how I do it. You know?
Yeah, but how often has that actually happened besides, I guess, Carrie?
Woman characters? Leads?
Perspective, yeah.
Perspective. I mean,
Or leads for that matter. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, just
Isn't misery from a woman's perspective?
I don't
Tommy
know what
knockers.
perspective it's from. I don't remember.
Misery is not. It's from the writer's Paul Sheldon's perspective.
Oh,
The whole
I've
thing is from his.
That's why it's
I've
more
never seen it.
terrifying, yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what she's up to. Yeah, misery is a good one.
Got it. I haven't actually.
I mean, there's a
had the
bunch,
opportunity
but
of reading it.
I don't think he's like Bobby Garfield and not Bobby Garfield, damn Bobby Anderson and Tommy Knockers, but I'm the only one that likes that book.
Although
I
Bobby
might be wrong.
Garfield. Go ahead.
I don't know. I have to think now. Do we get anything from her perspective, or is it all Guard's perspective and Tommy Knockers? Drunk guy. It might be all him.
I'm not
No, I
saying.
think we get some of hers, and we get some of Bev's in it.
I was actually just thinking that too. He does it. Actually, I don't remember how I felt about. I feel like it was okay.
I don't remember anything not standing out. I mean,
Right.
Bev's a 12-year-old kid, so he's pretty good at that. No matter
That's
what,
also true.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a little bit of adult Bev.
Not much though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12's like right before it really gets complicated.
But you said Bobby Garfield, and then that also made me think of the Callahan's. Well, I think we talked about the low men before, but like now we got like firsthand experience with them.
Ugh, yeah.
'Cause he died at the meeting.
The pool of blood that on their forehead that never um coagulates.
Oh yeah,
That
the
what it is?
eye looking thing.
Yeah. Ugh.
Which I also did not remember. Which I think that's what the or they he says that Black 13 is the eye of the Crimson King.
Yeah. I
There's a
didn't
lot.
realize that. I also didn't realize that Walter had that mark.
Well, I mean, we knew Walter worked for him, right?
Well, yeah, but I didn't realize that he was legit marked by the Crimson King.
I didn't know. I don't remember Walter having a red eye on his forehead. That doesn't seem.
I don't either. Yeah.
My stupid tablet won't rotate in my story. I'm looking at it side. It's doing it long ways for some reason. Anyway, I feel like, well, obviously he made that up, but I don't remember that being there before. When all the times Walter's, I guess up to this point been our main bad guy. Really until this section, we get a lot of Crimson Kingy stuff in this section. But
It occurred to me that like I know we had a lot to read, but we may have done a slight disservice by not reading Insomnia, because that was really how I learned all about the Crimson King, and I knew exactly who he was going into this.
did you read Insomnia first?
You told me to the first time, not this time, but
Right. No, I didn't remember I did that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was on the fence with Insomnia because there's also I
I was
can't
the
remember
one
what
who
it
said
gives away. I can't remember if you need to read this before or after Insomnia.
I was only thinking of the end of Insomnia, so that's why I was like, it's not that important to know.
Yeah.
But the background of the Crimson King was really helpful, because that is that thought occurred to me. I'm like, we really haven't heard anything about him, really.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the most we learned about the Crimson King was from Low Men and Yellow Coats.
Yeah.
Like, to that point, I still didn't really even understand what the tower was.
I think in this section, Roland says some shit about he doesn't know when he's talking to Callahan. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? All the shit you've been through, or maybe he doesn't know if it's empty, or there was something he's like, I don't know. Wait, how much have we been through? And you're gonna go with I don't know. You better be damn determined, and you better know exactly what the hell you want to do. Oh, I never finished that paragraph when Eddie was looking at Susanna saying how he loved her more, or he would always love her more than she loved him.
Oh yeah.
As always, when he thought these things, the premonition came that Kyle was not their friend, that it would end badly between them. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I mean,
Because he's doing his premonition thing, and that's usually not a good thing for the people involved. So, I mean, like based on that, I'm going to go, okay, something bad happens between them. But then again, he did that with Jake, and it never happened.
yeah. I also feel like there's just this general sense of like foreboding over all of them. Like something bad's gonna happen. Like, you know. So like
The Fellowship of the Ring is all together. What?
Yeah.
Wrong book, sorry.
I mean, there's no way he was not influenced by Lord of the Rings for that.
I think he'll admit that freely.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. We don't even need to start with the parallels. Because yeah, I mean, how's the Crimson King not Sauron with
Right.
the eye and all that?
That's what I pictured as soon as he said it.
Oh, how can you not? I can't picture anything else until they give me a movie with its own version. They can't seem to get that start. Well, they can get it started. They can't seem to get it finished. So yeah, he's doing his little premonition-y thing again. So I don't. That's he's not saying anyone's going to die, although it is a Stephen King book. But now we're going with Ka is not their friend. Well, Ka's not anybody's friend. think we know that much. But end badly is just vague enough to make you go, what does that mean? Do they get in a fight and they break up? And he goes to one world and she goes to another one, and they never see each other again.
She wants to keep the demon baby.
Right.
Oh God.
Demon
Or she
babies
turns
need
into
love too.
Mia.
Huh?
Or she turns into Mia and attacks them all.
Ooh. Mia takes over. I like that.
Seems possible based on what happened in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a book called Song of Susanna coming up here. So I feel like something happens that has something to do with her. Although that's the one I usually skip. I just get the highlights. I get the cliff notes. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The one after that is like, you can kind of start on page 1 of that and go, oh, so that's what happened in the last book, and like you're in the middle of the shit already. You don't have to like get to the shit. And that's really mostly what Song of Susanna is. Just it's like the bridge to book 7. I think book 7 was too big, so he had to cut it. Not that he usually cares about stuff like that. But.
So it's like Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Yes, but not Evil Dead. But not Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2 is the same day, next day, right?
It's basically the same thing, but like a more comedic version.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's way more campy because they figured out that people liked the first one because it was campy.
Yeah.
Although the first one wasn't exactly not campy.
On purpose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, made Bruce Campbell a star. Yeah. Yeah, I love the Evil Dead. There's no other movies like them with the whole possession and body parts attacking you and on.
Yeah.
I'll take your soul, Daddy. You watched that, Amber, right? I think I fell asleep, but I think you watched it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Honestly,
but that was the remake, not the Bruce Campbell version.
Right.
Or the sequel, or whatever it is. I don't know.
That was the reboot #1.
Yeah.
I don't know what this one is. This one they made Mom the evil demon.
Girl power.
Right?
Oh, the TV show?
No, there's a movie out right now, Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I didn't realize that was actually like part of the Evil Dead franchise.
What?
I mean,
what else would it be?
It's called Evil Dead. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out last week, I think, Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's recent.
Yeah, they have a thing for coming out in April, which I like. Every 10 years, I can see it on my birthday, or around my birthday. I have to see if that's streaming anywhere at this point.
I like how it's very possible, but it's so funny that in this world today, it's like it's been a week. I wonder if it's streaming yet.
Well, some of them release streaming, so that's more what I was
agree.
hoping. If it's kind of like it either released streaming or it's not going to be there for a couple months. We actually watched 80 for Brady today because it finally came on streaming, and Michelle wanted to see that. 56. It wasn't bad. It was cute. Anyway, yeah, big fan of Evil Dead. No idea what we were talking about before we went off on that tangent.
Yeah, me neither.
I think we're crawling our way to Gran-Pere's tale.
That was at the beginning, but sure.
We're just kind of jumping all around.
Yeah, well, I'm crawling my way to Gran-Pere's tale. So Gran-Pere is basically the 4 of them went out there, 3 of them died. He killed it or sawed its head off with one of the plates. And he played dead, and they went away.
Well, he ripped the mask off and saw it was underneath.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But again, the big mystery of the wolves. Well, I mean, what does Dr. Doom look like?
Did he say that the reason why his Tian's or whatever, his dad won't talk to him is because of what he said he saw?
I think so. That
He was
relationship
like,
was.
you can't tell anyone. Like, don't go around saying that. Like, they got in a fight about it and they haven't talked ever since. I'm like, what?
I thought it was I thought Tian hadn't talked to, like, was mad at his grandpa because of like how his dad died.
No, not so. I'm talking about the his Tian's dad and Gran-Pere had a, like did not get along all of their life, and that's why that's why Tian doesn't like him too. But I thought they were saying it was because of what he said he saw, and he was like, "Don't repeat that. We're never going to talk about this again, and I hate you."
Yeah, I think there was definitely a conversation like that. But what happened? I think he told him not to talk about it, but did he actually tell someone about it? Is that why they hate him? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember why they actually hate him, but I think it was definitely related to that.
Anyway.
Which
I
seemed
thought
like
he was saying don't tell anyone because they'll think you're crazy.
Well, right.
Like, they won't believe you.
I think it did start that way, but I mean, why do
I
they?
didn't
There's
think
definitely a rift,
his
and I
dad
think it
did.
has to do with the wolves, right?
I guess it doesn't really matter, but that was just what my impression was.
Seem like a judgy bunch of farmers, don't they?
Yeah.
Allie, do you have any on what the wolves are?
I'm torn between two thoughts. I doubt either of them are right, but they're mechanical things, kind of like Andy, but more human sized, or they're like clones.
Oh, interesting.
Clones of what?
Clones of the twins.
Oh,
Wow, I didn't know. Yeah, that's interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
That would be a twist.
Or all clones of like.
Well, I think based on our reaction, you can tell they're probably not clones.
I thought that too. I was like, damn, we were way too surprised at that.
Yeah, I was like, I like that idea way too much.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell at first because you're like, clones of what? And I was like, based on the reaction of the clones of twins, that was probably a no, but
yeah, so anyway, they are not clones. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. At least I don't think they are. They are, I don't know. So Gran-Pere has an accent so thick he's hard to understand. He's lived in the same like village that they have his whole life, right?
Where are you going with this?
Right. Yeah, I think you can see, because where the fuck did he get an accent from?
Or rather, how did they lose their accent if they had one? Yeah.
Well, everyone has one. It's not an accent anymore, right?
Well, I mean, like, none of them talk like he does.
Right. Well, they have their own speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses all them words and he says them so you can't barely understand. I couldn't talk to that guy. When he does like a whole sentence with Gran-Pere, I'm like, what? I have no idea what that was.
Kind of easy to understand.
Eddie Dean. Gran-Pere whispered 19 words as the last light died out of the day and night came to the Calla. But did it actually happen while he was whispering in his ear? His first thought was that now he understood about the horses, all the gray horses. Okay, so
yeah, and
it has something to do with the horses.
Brain went to clone.
What do you mean? What does that have to do with gray horses, though?
Like, you clone one gray horse and you have a million other gray horses.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, the horses could be clones. I have no idea. At least I don't remember. But they definitely are picking up on the fact and mentioning more than once that they're all gray. So I feel like there's something going on there.
Yeah, and then he started saying something about like the pants making sense, and I was like, now I'm confused.
Yeah, I can actually understand Gran-Pere in this one paragraph. The Drada. What's a Drada? The Drada, yar. Any bro, I argued again, but after the wolves came and took his sisters, Luki done whatever the boy wanted. That's actually English. Can he imagine letting a boy no more than 17 fight the well, Drada or no? I don't really know what that means. Fight the well, Drada or no. Anyway.
Dowsing, right?
Oh yeah.
Susanna translated that like a dowsing rod.
Oh right. She did. Oh yeah, because Eddie was like, what the hell is he saying? I don't know why Susanna can translate it, but it's funny, like all the little Stephen Kingisms. Like, I don't think he says Andy the messenger robot one time in this book without many other functions, which is why we can't say it without saying many other functions.
Right.
It's funny how he does it. Like, what is it, Kid 77? The twin glints. So, yeah, that's how he figures out it's Benny's dad, right? Because he's his twin glints are his glasses, right?
Yeah. Well, he's like, he thought so because of the hat or something, but then he knew because of the glasses.
Yeah.
He knew the hat. Yeah, what hat was he wearing? What hat does Benny's dad have?
I don't.
I guess
White
it doesn't
hat.
matter. I didn't realize his hat was like. Right, I kind of want to see what he looks like then with the hat and the glasses. This guy really must stand out.
Maybe it's a farmer's hat, whatever that is.
Right, you can picture a painter's hat. I wonder if he has overalls on those. Right. He's talking. I was trying to find a spot and like
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't Benny's dad who was the one who was throwing the plate for Roland, was it?
I don't think any of the men were they?
Doesn't seem like a Calla kind of thing to do.
Or sorry, so the wife that threw the plate for Roland.
Margaret Eisenhart.
Yeah,
Eisenhart.
I keep saying Eisenhower.
That's a different one. But hey, maybe that's where he got the name from. I like Jake sitting there, like after he watches Susanna eat the pig, I guess. He's like, first something's wrong with Susanna, his friend Susanna. Now it seems something was wrong with the father of his new friend because it's after he watched Benny and Andy. Jake realized he began to gnaw at his nails, a habit he picked up from Piper. He's like, this isn't fair, he said to Oi, this isn't fair. Like Oi licked his ear. I wrote it and I was like, that's putting it mildly. And then he's right. It's not fair. Why does he have to be the one to save them? He shouldn't have to be that one. Why does he have to like tell Roland and speak to him? Then was that this part or was that a different part?
Yeah, that was this part, I think.
Whatever the hell that means. That means I'm going to ask you a question and I have to take whatever answer you give me, no matter what it is. Like, I don't think I would agree to that for any reason, no matter what. And on the other side, I would, if it was someone I didn't like, I'd probably fuck with them. Like, hey, go jump in the ocean.
Yeah. I also like at the start of that part when Roland was like surprised that he knew the term, and then he was like, "This normally precludes a romantic matter, but we haven't really seen any young girls like That's
a good point. He's right. 12 years old is the ripe age. That's puberty age.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, I haven't seen many boys either. Well, the Calla had them, right? Or not yeah. Wait, no, not the Calla.
I think the Calla has girls and boys. But...
Who had people in it? Fucking Hambry had girls, right? Have we? I don't remember. That's kind of a good point though. Like, where the hell are all the women at, or the girls? Where the chicks at? But we haven't seen a lot of people. Period, though, right?
Right.
I mean, we're in this town, and it's a town full of people because they all went to visit Eddie and Susanna. Like they were, I don't know, on display at the store, and they watched them dance. But we didn't really. I mean, we got, I don't know, some of the big players in the town. Like I'm gonna say, we don't really know like a lot of the people. I'm assuming there's got to be like kids, that aren't and that are boys and girls running around somewhere. We're just not interacting with them. There seems to be a Dark Tower thing. I can't think of many female characters other than Susanna that
Well, there were the
don't get
twins.
one offed or die or whatever. So, what? Sorry.
There were the twins that drew the map for Roland. And I think that was the one girl that Roland picked out in his mind of like, oh, maybe he took a shine to her or something.
I thought they were younger. They were the same age or close enough. I pictured them like
I think
6
they
or
were
7
pretty
or 7 or
close.
8.
No, I think they
Yeah,
were like 9 or 11 or something.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they were definitely in the age that the wolves would take, but I don't remember how old specifically.
Whenever there's like cute twins like that, that makes me think of Andy and Ollie. I can't help it. Like I could just picture them too. What was it? Hedden and Hedda? Something like that.
Yeah.
Why are they so good at drawing maps? Wow. Where do you like? How do you even know you have that skill when there's no paper anywhere? We get to end of Callahan's tale. Again, I like Callahan, and not because of Salem's Lot, not even a little bit. I almost feel like he got. I was kind of expecting more on the third part of Callahan's tale. It's almost like he was like, "All right, let's just wrap this up. I'm tired of writing about this now."
Well, yeah, and like it was only all because. Well, so wait a second. Just put that together. Was it Flag who sent Tower and Deep Node to save him?
Is that who that was? Is that where we're going?
Oh, for sure. I mean, who else would it be?
I can't picture those two bumbling idiots saving anybody.
Yeah, they
For
didn't
the
really do the best job. Like, I mean, they saved him, but it was like, I don't know. Like, I could picture them the whole time.
Wait, why would that be Flag?
No, not so. Not the ones that rescued him, but like, why would Callahan need to be saved? Like, because Flag is then the one who, oh, you're right, actually, kills him to bring him to the other world. I guess that's the only way.
Who says? Yeah.
I had assumed that Flag was the one who set the Lowmen on him. So maybe he set the Hitler brothers on him. Because they keep saying that they need to, like the Kata, Roland and them, have to go back to New York at specific when and wheres. So I had kind of guessed that they would tip Calvin Tower and his friend off and be like, hey, at this date, at this time, you need to go save this guy.
They haven't done that yet that we know of. Right?
No, they haven't that we know of. Yeah,
That's one of them time loop things that might get complicated.
Yeah. But
That
their
is-
first
Yeah.
question was it us? Did we save you?
Oh, that's what he meant.
I mean,
Ah.
I was one with that verbiage. Yeah, you think, was it physically them there that saved him? But the implication is still there that they could have been the one to tip off Tower in advance.
Wasn't there? Never mind.
Oh my god.
No, nothing. I think I'm mixing it up. But regardless, it doesn't make sense to me Right. Okay. So that happens. He gets saved by the Hitler brothers, and he's a drunk for like another year, and then he decides to get sober again, and then he gets this letter and is like, "Come to this meeting," and that's how Flag gets him.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, I don't get that. Flag could have gotten him whenever he wanted to. It's so weird.
Mm-mm.
Flag have anything to do with the vampires?
Well, yeah. I mean, how else would he have? Because when he woke up in the way station, Flag was there.
Yeah, that's kind of a good point. I feel like Flag could have got him at any time. Why did they go through all that? Well, like if the Man in Black couldn't find Callahan, is that seems
Right.
And why were they so like he killed a couple? Who cares? Low life, like homeless vampires. Who cares? Like why were they after him so bad? All right, that is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.